Hello. Thank you for watching Bougie by You Witches podcast.
My mind run deep in my thoughts when I didn't have it. Sleeping on the floor, wishing it was a mattress. Now I'm in Hollywood with actors and actresses. Where everybody bougie, latest trends and fashions. I'd rather keep it a buck, 100 if you ask me. I was trying to pay the bills just like last week.
Hello, I'm Tony and with Bougie by You Witches podcast. Today we'll be talking about on episode 26 why some married men or women pretend to be single. I'm gonna go ahead and introduce my cast. This is
Hey everybody, I'm Shatara Nicole.
Hello, I'm Nicole.
Hello, beautiful people. I am Ally.
You already know me. I'm Tony. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with asking, why do y'all feel some married men or women pretend to be single? Let me get started with you, Tara.
I don't know. My ex-husband told me, you don't know what a man be going through sometimes. So he used that as his excuse for coping mechanisms, I guess. But I honestly couldn't tell you.
So it's because he felt like you didn't know what a man be going through?
I guess that's was his response that he gave me.
Okay. What about you, Nicole?
I would say what everyday life will bring, society will make people not want to communicate.
Right. Mm-hmm. All right. And what about you?
I'll piggyback off you, Nicole. Society and how people grow up. Mm-hmm. They may feel obligated to stay in a marriage. It's cheaper to keep them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So just hearing family and males and things out in the community, they move single because they want to be single, but not really. Cheaper to keep her. Cheaper to keep her, and the church say we got to stay together. Oh. Stuff like that. I've heard everything. Okay. But yeah, cheaper to keep her is the main one.
Yeah.
Okay, so I feel like some reasons why some people can pretend to be single when they're married is because they're afraid to, I guess, exit or leave that marriage, and they'd rather just sit here and have them somebody on the side or just, have someone to play along with versus just sitting down and communicating and expressing their feelings on how they really feel versus, just trying to exit. And like she said, maybe because they know that if they get divorced, it might be a little bit more expensive because then if they have children, they got to pay child support and just things like that. So they just rather stay married and just, have a little fun on the side versus, leaving each other. So, that's just my opinion, But what personal motivations might drive someone in a marriage to pretend to be single?
I'm going to say the ego, to be quite honest with you. Okay. Sometimes people can't sit with themselves and they absolutely have to have attention. Mm-hmm. And when they get bored, they make reckless decisions and they want to, see if they still got it or get their little thrill from entertaining things that they're not supposed to be entertaining.
Yeah, true. I fully agree with you on that.
I would have to say communication.
Yeah.
Yeah. No communication. I have to say that.
Okay. What about you?
Communication as well as boundaries.
Okay.
Some people may feel that they have to because they can't survive on them by themselves. Okay. Or I'm too old. I ain't got time to start over. You know what I'm saying? So they stay there for comfort. That's all they know. Mm-hmm. They in this box and they see what they want is outside the box, but they scared. You know what I'm saying? They scared to get outside that box. They prayed for that, manifested that. Right. Oh, it's over there. I want it. But I ain't finna step out this box and go get it because I'm comfortable.
Right.
They don't want to start over. They 40, 50, 60, man, I ain't starting over. You die with me, I die with you. That's what we doing. This paperwork said, that's it. You die with me, I die with you. You got somebody on the side, I might. It is what it is. Don't put them in that wheel or it's up when you in that casket. You know what I'm saying? I'm flipping everything. So yeah, that's what it is boundaries. Like I love that communication.
Yes.
Communication, I love it.
I feel like some personal motivations could be, like you said, they're afraid to step out and move on. They might have got so comfortable being with their partner or whoever they're with to where they know that if they do leave, the grass might not always be greener on the other side. So they rather just take that chance and just dibble and dab and have a little fun. And probably they could be bored too, because I'm going to just keep it 100. From some guys I knew that was married that I talked to, they would say that the sex life got a little boring. So they I would be like, well, won't you tell your wife to, won't y'all, bring somebody else in and get some toys, just do some different things to spice it up. They'd be like, but no, she's not that type of person. Then hey, I don't know what to say. Like I mean, at that point, I really don't know what to say. If you can't sit down and communicate and talk that to her and suggest it, I mean, I'm not gonna tell you to go cheat because that's not the right thing to do. But I mean, I would just say, just sit down and talk. You might think she's not into that, but who knows? Just be honest and say, look, honey, you're a little boring in the bedroom. And I want to kind of like spice it up. So can we do A, B, C, or D? You know?
Mm-hmm. Can I add something? Let's be real. Some of these men are hypersexual from being introduced to porn and all of that other stuff from when they was little. You know what I'm saying? And don't nobody want to get humped on all day long after going to work, coming home, dealing with the kids, cooking and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, no, some of these men be over. It's a coping mechanism. You know what I'm saying? So they have to cope in order to express those emotions that they're trying to suppress. Ain't nobody got time for that. If you can't talk about it, don't nobody want to get poked on all the time for that. Yeah. Because you and your feelings, you and your ego.
But see, but you're the wife too, and when you're the wife, you gotta what? Please.
Ain't nobody saying nothing about please too. But still,
right? Both ways. Yeah. Might be some days you come in, you done had a bad day. Like I work at a school. Some days I'm chilling. Listen up, I'm real country. I'm from Florida. We say churn down there. Them churn at the schoolhouse that got on my nerves. When my husband was home, he's working out of town right now. I come home, hey, babe, I don't need love making tonight. I need you to straight. That part. Because I'm stressed. You know what I'm saying? And he obliges. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all about that communication. It goes back to communication. Communication.
When y'all meet, y'all got to be asking, how many times do you like to, because I know I ask. So how often, because I met a guy, I ain't gonna lie, and he was like, yeah, I like to have sex every day, at least 2 days. I said, you what, huh? And I realized he ain't the one for me because he's talking about multiple times a day, and I might be a little tired.
Like, he ain't got no job.
I don't mind it every day, but it's the multiple times a day. Like, oh, come on now. Yeah. I got a life. I was a manager. Like, what you gonna do? Come up down break time or something? But yeah, I can understand that too. But I mean, I do enjoy having sex too. So you gotta make sure he enjoys and he likes to have it too.
It gotta be one band, one sound. Like everybody else be over there doing that. Like one band, one sound. Everybody got to be on the same page with it.
That part. Yeah.
But when you are, it's a beautiful thing. Yes. Like, hey, babe, I'm coming home. Then what we doing? I'm trying to get pizza tonight. We locking the door. That's what we doing. Do not knock on my door. I am tapped out from here. Yes.
Everything you need. Don't bother me.
Okay, how did emotional neglect and unmet needs in a marriage contribute to that type of behavior? How do you feel that contributes?
It makes them seek outside. However, a lot of them do not know how to communicate.
Yeah.
They'll rather throw a tantrum rather than come to you and say, hey, babe, this is bothering me. This caused me to feel X, Y, Z. This is the emotions that I'm experiencing. How we going to fix it? They'll rather find other coping mechanisms because it's easier to do things outside as opposed to just talking and communicating.
Yeah, because some people, they probably really don't know how to communicate. So that's probably why they'll just go outside, or if they meet that little work wife or her work husband, and then they'll just start, communicating. Next thing you know, one thing go to another.
My thing is, if you're comfortable communicating with the outsider, why you can't give that same communication to your wife?
Maybe they don't like arguing and fussing all the time. Maybe, by them communicating and talking to them, it might lead to an argument, and they just don't want to,
that is a strong possibility because I have witnessed that.
Where you just talk to them, and next thing you know, y'all going back and forth. You like, can't talk to you without us getting into it.
That is true. I have witnessed that.
I've had, been in a situation where you talk to them, and next thing you know, y'all getting into it.
Okay, so how do emotional neglect and unmet needs in a marriage contribute to this type of behavior?
Okay, I would just chime in with what Shatara was saying. Mm-hmm. From what my ex was telling me, he would tell me if a man really loves a woman, he's gonna lie to her. Yes.
You're not lying because somebody just told me that.
Yeah, and if
he's gonna tell you the truth,
and if he don't love her, he's gonna tell her the truth. So that kind of baffles me.
That baffles me too. I don't understand that part either.
Yeah, that just
that don't make any sense.
Yeah.
It don't.
So I mean, that kind of
I disagree.
But yeah,
that's crazy.
In a weird way. Yeah.
No, but they say that if a person careful, they ain't gonna really want to tell you the truth. They'll just tell you what you want to hear.
Yeah,
because I heard men say that, and I was just like, "That's crazy." Yeah. I want you to be honest and tell me the truth. Don't lie to me.
Tell me
be honest with me. Everything.
And what about you?
Just from experience, my husband and I went through that. 16th will be 14 years of marriage for us. Mm-hmm. So I remember back then when we was his boyfriend, girlfriend, going through it, look, we finna call this quits. And I remember him telling me before, you don't talk to me, you talk at me. So from back then when we was like in our late 20s, early 30s to now, early to mid 40s, I understand now. Like, hey, let's have a conversation. And I'm gonna be real. Sometimes I still go off the deep end. He has to check me. I'm being real. He has to check me. I check him, and we check each other and bring the checkness together, and we be good. But it's just communication. I love that is the word for today. Communication. Like, it has to be one accord. Like don't nobody like to talk about the ugliness of marriage and relationships. Everything is not always sunshine and rainbows and we positive and happy. No, that stuff get real. Real to the point, hey, we need to go to the divorce court. We need to go to counseling.
Marriage counseling.
We
want divorce first. We want at least try to do something.
But forget counseling. We just finna sign this paper because I'm done. But it also comes a point where it has to be more than love. Like, love just don't do it no more. And it definitely ain't for these kids. Like, why are we together? I had to go back. My husband and I had to physically go back. Okay, why are we staying here? And what are we going to do to stay here and make it better? And we progressing. We're better than what, because, see, you know.
You already know, I know.
You know, girl, I been on
when he pulled up to the store, he was trying to, he was like, look, don't tell him.
Man, it got real. He will. I'm going to send it to him. Hey. I'm going to send it to him.
But, I thought that was so amazing how he came to the store and he was really trying to find a way to
but it's still a work in progress. It's just boundaries and then communication. Everybody got to be one band, one sound. You can't be playing the drums and talking about you finna chime in with my flute and you playing out a whole nother book. That's not working. Or I'm on this clarinet and you on this guitar and we ain't nobody flowing together. That's a mess. But when he begins or I begin to flow with somebody else's band, you be like, oh, this is not good. And I'm going to be real again, I was getting to that point. But I'm like, okay, grass ain't green over there. Grass look green, but I ain't got my glasses on. When I put them glasses on, that grass is brown. That grass is brown, ain't been watered. None of that, straight desert and dirt. So it's just water where you at. And when you get to a point where you water where you at, if you still feel that way, y'all can part beautifully. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no, that's just my baby dad, I can't stand him. No. I've seen relationships and marriages end, but like, how y'all friends? I'm used to people cutting, stabbing, making Facebook posts. Like, how are y'all still cordial? It's maturity.
You got to.
As well. It's maturity.
Me and my ex-husband, we still cool to this day. He was in my house a couple weeks ago as he came to see his son because of an incident that happened. So, I mean, I wasn't like, I don't want you in my house. Like, no, I'm past that. What about you, sir? We're going to let a gentleman from the back chime in, y'all.
What's the question again?
All right. How do emotional neglect and unmet needs in a marriage contribute to the behavior?
Like the lady in the yellow say, you got to be on the same accord. So, I was married for 17 been together for 4 previous, and then 17 married. And, when you're young, everybody got vision, aspiration, do things in life. And for you to be married, you have to support each other. And once you start downing your partner, whether it's one or the other, you tell that person that I don't believe in you and what you want and what your dreams. See, I always told my wife, believe in me, and I'll take it, to whatever she wants. But when she started doubting me, that's when everything started going, I guess you say, down to crap because, we young African Americans trying to make things happen. We got military, got, trying to work at the job and stuff, and it ain't gonna happen right then and there. It just takes a little time to get there, and a lot of women, women in general, just sometimes they want it what they see, out there in the world. But then again, it comes the fact that, believe in me, if I'm working, walking right, doing right, talking right, and everything is right, why can't you believe in me? But you believe in your boss who give you a check. If I'm the protector of you or whatever in my dominions, I'm one supposed to be, it should be what, like I said, power of structure is God, husband, wife, and children, But your boss man, you will run, break your neck for him, but you should have you run, break your neck for your husband, or vice versa. And that's starting the division between the two, dealing with having, multiple parts on the outside, because we got to be on the same accord, like you were speaking of.
Yes, I totally agree. That was great. I'd like to hear, from a man's perspective versus just women. Me personally, I feel like sometimes men, if they're not happy at home, they might step out and, start seeing other people because they're probably not communicating at home. And, they feel like, okay, I got this other lady and she understands me, she gets me, I can communicate with her, she's easy to understand me, and, one thing leads to another. Sometimes we have those work wives and husbands, and I would be pulling out my little outfits, getting all nice and cute, and then my ex-husband be like, who you getting cute for at work? Oh, nobody, I just like to look nice and cute for work, But I know deep down inside I was getting cute for somebody because I was unhappy at home because we were constantly arguing and getting into it. So, sometimes you do start finding someone else that you can communicate and talk to that make you happy, but then you have to go back and you have to realize, oh, I'm married. Can't, be doing that. So I feel like it's being unhappy at home a lot of times will, make you want to start pretending to be single. Now, how do y'all feel like these dating apps and social media and stuff plays a part or portray in people pretending to be single? Because, it's a lot of times, I don't know if y'all ran across it, but I have, where men be married and they pretend to be single on the dating app until their wife texts or call you. Like, have you ever experienced that before, where you met a guy and he said that he was single but he really was married or separated?
No, because I don't have any personal experience with dating apps. However, my ex-husband lived on them bad boys. Do you hear me? Okay. He had his whole little rundown and whole little story. Oh, I'm just helping a friend out, but we wholly married. You know what I'm saying? I'm helping my friend and her kids.
Wow. But he had his own profile page on there, but he was helping a friend?
Let me tell you something. I'm the wife, but I was the friend that he was helping with the kids. Wow. That was his rundown. And, I never really understood why was that your story? It's like he copied and pasted and put that on everything he was on, from Snapchat, WhatsApp, all of that stuff. When I say that man had every app that you could think of, he had access to everything.
Oh, I believe you.
You know what I'm saying? Me not knowing nothing about that. But to be honest with you, with that experience, it makes you really wonder. A lot of these men are not capable of being with just one woman.
Yeah, that's
However, that's not a problem. Be honest and let that person know, look, it's in my DNA. My daddy was a hoe. My granddaddy was a hoe. My great-great-granddaddy was a hoe. It's in my blood. And I will understand it 100% more if you keep it honest, but I don't understand what they have to hide it for. If we could be honest and tell people exactly what we're saying, look, I love you to death. You give me everything that I need, but I'm just the type of person that needs multiple partners. I'm going to do what I need to do.
That's why you need to be in a poly relationship, because if you want to be with more than one person, because like my brother, he's into poly. And I'll be like, bro, why you? He said, I've been married 2 times. Boy, I'm done. I'm going to start having multiple women. And I said, well, do you explain it to them? They good. I said, okay, then.
Yeah, it's different when you explain it to them and they are into that type of stuff. But you know what I'm saying?
I'll be thinking all these women my brother be with. I think he just know how to bounce from here to there. Because I know me personally, it is some women that's okay with poly, but I don't feel like all the women he with is okay with, him wanting to, be with multiple women. But yeah. And he's spiritual.
You never, oh Lord, them the worst guys.
I know, right? He's spiritual and want to be poly.
Right?
But what about you?
Well, I've had some experience with the dating apps, and I've had some positive experience with the dating apps.
Yes.
Currently, I've had a positive experience. But for the negative experience, I don't know why they do that. I'm for honest, and actually, personally, I'm for the poly. I am for that.
Oh, you like the poly?
Yeah, I've been.
Did you see my podcast I did on poly?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah, I am open to that. As long as the partners are open with each other and honest with each other, you can go a long ways with that.
Yeah, it's all about honesty.
Yes, yes. Yes.
I mean, I'm open to 3, you know, the threesome and stuff like that, you know, but not the poly.
Yeah.
You got to come back home with me. You can't be saying I'm going to go be with her one night because I'm a little jealous.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What about you?
Dating apps. Transparency moment. 10 years ago, in the early 2000s, when AOL was popping. My husband and I,
Oh my God.
listen, I was in Florida. I was 20 years old. He was in Texas. We met on AOL Black Planet. Black Love. We met on that.
Yeah.
We met on that, and now we're from there to here.
Okay.
But now, all this plenty of fish, WhatsApp, even Facebook, Insta, all that mess. They will set you up, and you will be somewhere stank. Stank, stiff, and cold. Like, you can't, I don't trust it. Now, especially, I watch too many Lifetime movies. I watch too much Catfish, and it be real though, and people really be getting their hearts into it. But then you have to go back and think, like, why you that dumb? Why? You ain't questioning nothing. You trying to FaceTime them. Oh, baby, I can't because I'm such and such. Every time though. God dog, can I see your face? My hand done on Kel. Just let me see. Let me see that. Yes. Let me see that Florida Evans you got up under that wig, baby. You know? So it's just about that. I don't know. I don't. And I have 4 kids. My oldest 2 are 25, 20, and 17. Then I got 11. So especially with those older ones, hey, don't do no dating websites. Don't do no apps. Don't do no, somebody hit you up, oh, I seen you cross campus, I went to school with you. No. Because people so jealous these days, they will set you up literally for anything. Don't get on no WhatsApp, because if something happened to one of mine, ain't no police got to be called. That's all I'm going to say, and I'm going to put a period dot right there. About mine. Because no, the WhatsApp, even with us as adults, even men as well, that is not safe. Like, they will set you up to be what they think you got. And no, and a lot of these young kids do that. Stack some money. They be flossing. And sometimes in between those 2 bills, it don't be real bills. And now you finna get
the ancestor money.
Not even that, see? Not even that. It be literally like fake money they can order off.
That's what I'm saying. The ancestor money. It look like real money.
Ancestor money, because the ancestors ain't with that mess either. So no, it's just like, they set themselves up to be the young black men. Y'all got to do better. And the women too. Like,
we got women
y'all
too.
Please stop that. For real. It's not safe. And you don't want your family to get that phone call. Y'all need to come identify them what happened. And when you get to the what happened, you become angry. Like, why did you do this? I taught you better than that. I don't trust these. No, I don't trust them. Not now. I was a fool back then.
But you know what, though?
Flying all the way over
what
here
about
from
if
Florida.
you have a gift and you might, pull a couple cards or something? They might be like, okay, that's the one. He's the one.
What I found out by spirit, sometimes they be like,
testing you.
Okay, you acting dumb and we is too. Girl, get me on that. Like, do not ask me this again, because you just asking me again in different form. I got a home girl. She like, hey, they say don't ask this no more because they done went mute. Because you just asking the same question in different forms. Sometimes them cards, okay, you act dumb, we ill too. Because you see it just like we see it. Why are you asking?
See the red flags.
That part.
I mean, me
oh, I can turn that red flag green. I can turn it yellow. No, you cannot. You can't. You can't heal everybody. I've learned that too.
Yeah.
You can't heal everybody. But them dating apps, no ma'am. No ma'am. No
Well,
ma'am.
I mean,
no turkey.
I have had some crazy experiences, but like Nicole said, I've also had good ones. I just met somebody out there. I've been communicating with her for a couple of weeks or whatever. That's all business. But anyway, to me, it seems good because I'm gonna be honest with you. Nicole had came into the store and she was like, she was telling me about her experience, and I was like, man, because I honestly was like, forget it, I'm done. I don't want to be on no dating app no more. I was just gonna just meet someone somehow, some way. Don't know how, but it was, I felt like it was gonna happen. And when she told me about her situation, I was like, you know what? Let me get this certain app another go. And that's what I did. And hey, for me not giving up that I met this person, but like I said, I don't like to. I want to speak everything into existence, but I don't want to, just talk all about it. But I feel like sometimes people sharing their experiences with you can help you to change your mind on how you might feel. Because I know a lot of people don't like dating apps and stuff. I ain't gonna lie, I was one of them people. I couldn't stand them because I would be meeting married men, and the only way I found out it was married was the wife text me like, "What you doing?" Text mom, I'm like, "What you doing?" I ain't know what we doing on a dating app, so stuff like that. And I always ask, are you separated? Are you married? Are you single, real single, single? Like, I gotta ask those questions. Because if you don't, they'll be like, well, you never asked me. So yeah.
That just common sense. Like, you don't think that should be on the table?
Some people ain't got common sense.
At all.
And common sense was much more common.
At all. From working in sped, I know people ain't got common sense, period.
Right, because they could have been
Listen, they ain't got none. Working in sped, I found out some things, and they don't.
Tell you.
Everybody on the spectrum. Everybody on the spectrum.
Well, I would say they missing a couple of screws upstairs. But and speaking of that, do you feel it can be a psychological or mental problems on why some of them pretend, women or men pretend to be single? Do you feel like it could be a psychological or mental issue?
Possibly, because some people like to live in a fantasy world. And they like to live out their fantasies, and they can use social media and the internet and everything else that they want to use.
Multiple personalities, so I'm this person with her.
They Andre on this one, they Byron on the other, they Tyrone on the other one, but all the profiles say the same thing.
But they ain't took their medicine, so they living out the multiple personalities. What about you?
I agree. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes.
What about you?
Yes. Heavy on the Sims. I can't say that enough. Heavy on the Sims. Some people just experience. Just like, they really think this is happening. Like, why do you think this is happening? Because moment of transparency again. I make stuff up in my head sometimes. And my husband would tell me, friends would tell me, my mama done told me, who y'all heard on that phone, you just made this up in your head. Did I really? Or is it reality? I made it up. I made it up because if you do not give me an answer, I'm going to make it up. And it's going to be so left field. So please give me an answer. And that answer better add up from what's in my head churning already. I told you I watched too many Lifetime movies.
Oh, Lord.
Too many. But that psychological stuff.
Yeah.
Experience again. When I say my hometown, and just out of these whole 41.5 years when I knew better, start to know better, is trauma, generational. And like you said before, my granddaddy was a hoe, my dad was a hoe, my great uncle was a hoe, everybody was a hoe. Everybody hoes. So they feel they might need to live up to this wholeness. Or something could have happened with them in somewhere along childhood, adolescent, young adult, that they feel they have to validate themselves being real men or real women. So they have to want it all the time. Like, I'm finna not cut down. Why get
married if you don't want to live up to the values?
Because they also want that family structure. But they also haven't dealt with that shadow. And
there we go.
Yeah, they haven't dealt with that shadow. That shadow is still hollering, hey, what you talking about? We doing this and you trying to switch it up. So now Shadow is mad. So Shadow is doing everything to get to the forefront to make sure Shadow's plan is played out. No, you married, that's good, you love her, but she thicker than over there. He find it over there. Go act on it. And it can be psychological. It can be. But we can't do nothing about that. We can't. Love can only go to a certain point. When to that point where love can't go, you need a doctor now. But love can't do that. You need a doctor, some meds. Because something, no matter what you do, love can't reach that. Love cannot reach deep trauma like that. When it's generational, no, you got to call your team. Hey, spirit team, what we doing? Because my love can't reach. And just from experience, I've been through that. Like, what am I doing wrong? I do everything for this man. I cook, I go to work, I don't complain, I take garbage. Just like, what am I doing? It was never me. And now I know that because it was expressed to me. Yeah, it was expressed to me that it was him. It's sometimes it's never us. It's them. That's something they dealing with, and they just projecting. Well, I got to do this. I got to do that because I got to live up to this. But do you really? You don't. You choose to. So when you gonna grow up and fix that?
Yeah.
Because if you don't fix it, you finna be by yourself. Or you finna be with somebody who you don't really want. And you just living through ego, and it'd be a whole mess. And they not knowing you gonna have to do this lifetime all over again if you don't get this right. So you better fix it now. Fix it now. But I'm not gonna stick around while you fix it and just let you dump your garbage on me because I'm healing as well. You know, so it's get a little deep when it comes to that psychological stuff.
What about you? Do you feel, Jerry, that psychological or mental problems can, be the cause to why some people pretend to be single when they're married?
Yes, like she was pointing out to, childhood trauma, daddy issues, mama issues, abuse and stuff like that. And that's one thing a person got like you say, sometimes you see those little kids that can't tell their parents, that, let's say, for instance, my niece, she couldn't tell her mom that she liked women, so she started cutting herself. So those type of things that, some people might go to drugs, and some people just need that fulfillment of a hold, a touch or something, so they go to multiple men or multiple women because they're missing something within them. So that comes to a point where, like I say, you see it often, but at the same time you see it, whoever, a streetwalker, you probably could pull them aside, tell me your story. Dad did this, I was molested, so-and-so, nobody loved me, so hey, I'm putting my body out there, I gotta make money somehow. All those traumas and stuff like that, sometimes people end up on the street, sometimes people end up in a marriage. It depends on how they, go about things, and I feel like I said, you gotta deal with it, point it out, accept it, and, like I said, do your shadow work and stuff like that, man. But it happens.
Yeah, it definitely does. What do you feel like some of the consequences of people just pretending to be, single when they're married?
Babies, STDs.
There we go. We don't talk about that enough. STDs. Man. But yeah.
A whole bunch of stuff, to be honest. Jail records, criminal records, felonies, depending on which way they want to go. You know what I'm saying? Some people get killed.
Really harm you.
It's crazy. It's a lot.
And women, you don't even have to be. They look, you with they ass, but they don't even got to look. They after you because they're mad because they're mad at the wrong person. They should be mad at their husband because more than likely, it's 75 to 80% of the time they haven't told that woman that they were married. They lied.
And I don't understand that. Why going after the person that your man messing with? Go beat that nigga with a frying pan.
Let's get together. Let's set him up.
Right. Teamwork with the dream work.
That part. What about you?
I'm gonna go a little bit deeper. Generational curses coming from that too. Negativity just keep flowing down to the next generation, If you don't get that, taken care of right then and there. So
Totally agree. What about you?
Piggyback off what everything y'all said. Y'all remember that movie? What's her name? Mary Jo Butterfuco or something? Her husband was messing with the 16. This is ancient. I watch a lot of TV. But I thought about that because her husband, this girl was like 16 at the time.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, pulled up to this lady's house, shot this lady in the head. She didn't die. She didn't die, but it was just in the 16-year-old mind, in the side chick mind, this man had fed her so much stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, don't come to me as a woman. Please don't come to me as a woman, because I'm not going to come to you as a woman. I'm finna come as a psych patient now, because why are you contacting me? I don't even want to talk to you. I want to talk to this man. We signed this paper. Right. We took this oath. I don't need to talk to you. And I feel if you coming to me telling me, well, we do this, you being messy now, because I don't even care. I'm finna ask him. And if he don't tell me the truth, you done already told me. Just tell me the truth. Me and my husband had this conversation this morning with talking about another family member. And I told this girl, do not do that because you ain't ready for it. Now she crying. Calling. I told you not to do it. You don't open that Pandora's box. Now you don't want to know what comes out of that Pandora's box. And we also had the conversation briefly when I'm getting ready to come here, doing the hair, all of that. That we sometimes want the truth, but do we really? Like you said, like what comes with that truth? you're going to be scarred anyway. I know when I was young, say we going to a party or something. We used to like, you going to the party, girl? You going to barbecue or mildew? Which one you going to do? I'm barbecuing. That means we going.
Yeah.
When you mildew, that means you staying. You mildewing with this man or woman. Because when you get this truth, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with this truth? You going to bottle it up and project it when you get pissed off and bring it up? Or are you going to heal? Y'all going to heal? Or you heal separate and go your separate ways? What are you going to do? Like, no. What are you going to do? What are you going to do with this information? Don't come to me as a woman, though. So please don't come to me as a woman. Don't come because I'm going to come to you like a psych patient because I ain't got time. I got stuff to do. I got kids to teach. I got kids to raise. I got bills. No, and they come every month. Don't come to me. Please don't come to me as a woman. Ever, never, ever in eternity, in this life or the next. Do not come to me as no woman because I ain't for it.
Right.
No, I just look like this. I ain't for it. Don't come to me as no woman.
Yes. So what do y'all have, advice that y'all have for the listeners and the viewers that's watching and the listeners that's listening? What advice would y'all like to share with them while we wrap up this great segment?
I'm going to say love yourself and get yourself together. So when you approach the opposite sex, you'll be able to tell automatically if they lying, if they playing games, is it something that you personally need to work on, whatever the case may be. We go into these situations not knowing ourselves and we just accept anything. So I feel like if you get yourself together and then work on getting a partner, then it'll be a whole lot better and a whole lot easier.
Right. What about you, Nicole?
I'm going to say be honest. We talked about it. Just be honest with yourself, be honest with your partner, and it'll flow better.
Right. What about you?
Love you. Like you said, love you first. Just from, when I speak about anything, it's from experience. So many years I was on a back burner. Just take yourself off that back burner. Love you, honestly, and truly love you. When you want to do something for yourself, don't feel guilty about it. Oh, my kids ain't got this. Oh, I want this, but my kids ain't got that. I'm buying everything for myself now. Them kids already know. Ma, you ain't getting down for me and didn't. Sure didn't. Love. It's me. Like, love yourself. Like, I told my sixth graders this in summer school. You got to identify with that key player in the mirror. Cat Williams said that. Line up with that key player. If that key player ain't on point, how you expect to lead? If you can't face that person in the mirror. Love yourself. Don't worry about what nobody say. Do not stay just for the church. What pastor say, we got to do this. Elf pastor.
Pastor probably is effing someone. Oh, no.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. I was married to a pastor, so yeah.
Please, just love yourself. Like, you deserve all your love. How you going to give yourself crumbs and fumes and give everything to somebody else? You can't pour from an empty cup. I did that for years. I'm just pouring, ain't nothing coming out. Like, why ain't nothing coming out no more, girl? You ain't got no dust, no crap. You got a little ring around there that you need to soak with some hot water and soap and bleach. Because you pouring from nothing. Like, girl, I love that. Heavy on the love yourself. Because, no, heavy on the love yourself. Don't get out of it if you don't want to be there. Love yourself. And don't worry about, what I'm going to do when I get out of this. If you thought about it, it's on your heart to leave, do so because that means Spirit got your back. They just waiting on you to make the first step. Get out that box you done formed. Go get your stuff over there. Go get your stuff behind the wall you done built. Go get it. How I'm going to get it? Knock it down? You got the power to do so. Do it. Love yourself. I can't stress that enough. Love yourself. And love yourself. I love that. Love yourself.
Yes. That self-love, I totally agree. You gotta love yourself. And communicate. Communication. Communicate. Yes. Communication. Communicate. And that's all I'm going to leave y'all with. And until the next episode, like always, like, share, and subscribe. Leave your feedback down below. And until the next episode, bye.
My mind run deep in my thoughts when I didn't have it. Sleeping on the floor, wishing it was a mattress. Now I'm in Hollywood with actors and actresses, where everybody bougie, latest trends and fashions. I'd rather keep it a buck, 100 if you ask me. I was trying to pay the bills feels just like last week. I was trying to seal a deal just like last week. Trying to run plays and run it up like the mathletes. It's in my DNA to have hope